wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipate. Your radiant truth, I know that you will understand, because I finally found myself. My heart's unbreaking. I'm gonna freedom. Misdirection, you know I'm through with you. Your hoops are my obsessions, always jumping through. I'm so tangled, I'm so worthy. I'm just lost in my reflection. Pay attention, you never will. I will overanalyze and fall victim. But then I'm lower, it's time to get to know myself. I'm still tangled, I'm not worried, 'cause I am caught up in this perfection. Pay attention, yeah, you never will. Can I make something good out of this? What's up? Can I make something good out of this? We're having a few internet troubles in the beginning there. Chances are you will not be missed, 'cause you don't give a shit. Can I make something good out of this? You could be late, you could be true, you could be underneath my shoe. Sometimes you're the only one who's strong. Not be devastated if I'm wrong. I am the one you love to hate, but you cannot devastate. It will be interesting, I'm sure, 'cause I want more. Oh, let's go. All right, dude, a little short singing since we had a little bit of a long intro, right? Oh, shit. All right. Oh, there we go. Dude, how we doing? Yeah, dude, my internet was not behaving. Because I have a weird thing that goes on with my internet, and I think it just might be the old router. But so what happens is sometimes, because one of the computers is hardwired, right? But the stream computer uses the wireless. So what happens is sometimes it connects to the 2.4 instead of the 5G. And I don't know why it does that. It just started doing that one day. And normally what I figured out after a while is if I go into the network card and I change the preferred band, it will disconnect and reconnect, and then it will grab the 5G. But sometimes I have to do that like 4 times before it grabs the 5G. So I don't know. It's a mystery, but whatever. It's working. Dude, yeah, Windows is just weird, dude. It's like dumb. And sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it'll go to the 5G for like a week. And then for one day, it'll just like the 2.4 shit. Dude, it's so dumb. But how are we doing? How are we doing on this fine Thursday? Dude, I had a massage, right? I had a massage on fucking Tuesday. So I'm a little discombobulated because normally I would have a massage today. But yeah, see, for me, the 2.4 like just buffers, okay? For whatever reason, if I try to stream with the 2.4 on, it will buffer the whole time. It gets no like bandwidth, right? So I can't use the 2.4. I mean, the router's practically right next to the computer, but the 2.4 just blows. Just blows. But here we are. We are on. We're together. Obviously, today, I feel like today was a pretty interesting day for a couple of reasons. I mean, dude, we got fucking 𝗙𝗽𝗀𝗃 like jettisoning people because he is, you know, whatever, wants everyone to be a Trump loyalist. Dude, Trump, do you see this shit? Trump suggested next year the military budget be $1.5 trillion. I mean, they already increased the military budget to $1 trillion this year, and he wants it to be $1.5 trillion next year. Dude, we have to win the House, okay? We have to. That is such a ridiculous amount of money. Like, what the fuck, dude? That is so stupid, bro. I mean, dude, that is so dumb. So dumb, bro.
I'm serious. I want the man in a fucking pine box. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Dude, I'm sure there are huge problems in the military right now. Yeah, dude, this shit is crazy. Okay? Then obviously, you ready? You ready with this, guys? So here's the big news, which you all know. Right? Dude, Pam Bondi got Kristi Noem'd. Oh my God, dude. So Bondi is out. And you gotta wonder, like, who's next? Who's gonna be in? Because I don't know if you guys know, but like, you know, dude, it's real confusing. Okay? It is real confusing. Ella! More helping, less blowing stuff up, less rockets. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dude, yeah, it is pretty wild to think about, like, who's going to take that role. Maybe Todd Blanche. I mean, I think maybe Harmeet Dillon, right? They're looking for somebody that, you know, I'll be honest. I don't know why he fired her, guys. I don't know why he fired her. Like, I get why he fired Kristi Noem, because Kristi Noem actually said to the press and to the Senate committee, she said Trump knew about the $230 million and he approved that disbursement. So I understood that, you know, Noem got the boot. But I'm actually a little confused. I'm a little confused about Pam Bondi. I mean, maybe it's because she didn't arrest anybody. That might be it. There haven't been any arrests. Okay. I know the Epstein files have been sort of a disaster, but I don't know. This one wasn't as clear cut. Yeah, no, that Swalwell thing is maybe it. Like that is, I did hear about the Swalwell thing. If you guys don't know about the Swalwell thing, we are going to look at that in a minute. So basically, they're trying to crash all of the Democrats. That's all they're doing, is targeting specific Democrats. And Eric Swalwell is running for governor in California. And they are trying to dig up this old report about a girl he dated that was a Chinese spy. And somebody leaked it to the Washington Post. And Swalwell, Trump thinks Pam Bondi leaked it to the Washington Post. And Swalwell said FBI agents leaked it. And so there's a big hubbub about that. But whatever, dude. I think it's cool. Dude, I mean, I almost feel bad for her. I mean, because, dude, she's a degenerate, lying scumbag. So let her be gone, okay? But I almost feel bad because she literally ate shit for Trump. She publicly humiliated herself. She's destroyed her legal career. She literally, like, made herself a pariah, okay, for him. And just put herself in jeopardy of being prosecuted. And he just fucking pissed all over her. Dude. Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, guys, just so you know, Epstein's not over, okay? Epstein is over until the Democrats take the House. And then the oversight committee is going to, like, instigate a lot of mayhem. And they are going to subpoena everyone. And then eventually, when we take the presidency back and we get the DOJ, the Epstein will be completely fucking, you know, that shit is not going anywhere. Dude, let's go, Elf. I saw your earlier one. Let me get in this. Dude, we have one from Elf that said, let's get this dance started. Then we have another one from Elf that said, please don't forget that your son is going to tell me the best pizza place in town. Then are we missing the dancing? Then we have another one that says dancing, question mark. Let's go. What do you mean dancing? You want to dance? You're going to do some dancing? Is that what you're saying? Or you want a dance party? Like normally I don't start it up right away, but we can start it. I'll start it early. Dude, Emmy says Pam Bondi sold her soul to the devil and got nothing for it. I actually feel sorry for her after all her loyalty to Trump, and he gave her the boot. Well, Trump is only loyal to himself. Every other person is a tool. Yeah, no, it's weird. I'm with you. Like, I almost feel sorry for her too. However, like, dude, Trump is never loyal to anyone. He literally shits on people, no matter who they are, no matter what they do, he fucks them over in the end. So, I mean, if you're going to sell your soul to it, enjoy the fucking fall, right? But yeah, dude, she did get hosed. Dude, she did get hosed. Now, they definitely botched the Epstein files, but they also, though, they hid so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, millions of files have not gotten released. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think part of it is you ready for this, guys? Okay, here's what I think. Okay, I think this. I think she has not arrested anyone. She has not, like, been lawless. She is mostly, like, faded in the background. They have not won a lot of the court cases. The court cases have kind of been a disaster for Trump. The judges have been eating him alive. So I think he's blaming the Justice Department. And I think he's going to try to fuck with the elections. And so he wants to put somebody in there that's going to be willing to break the law. Now, the question is, who's it going to be? Okay, who's he going to put in there that will break the law for him? That will literally, like, lie, cheat, and steal for him. Somebody who would be criminal, okay? Like, criminal, okay? I mean, dude, I don't know. Dude, Blanche, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know if Blanche, like, has the legal mind for it, the legal acumen, but maybe. Could be 𝗲𝗏 I know that she is a very crafty individual that has done a lot of, like, outlandish shit. You know, Blanche, 𝗲𝗏. I was also thinking that maybe it would be Andrew Bailey from the guy from Missouri, the AG from Missouri, that he moved into Dan Bongino's job. I could see Andrew Bailey. That guy is like a snake. Okay, he is. That guy is a fucking snake. So it's going to be somebody. You think Lee Zeldin? Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. We'll Mark Levin. Dude, Jonathan Turley? Oh, shit. Bailey takes Patel? Maybe. I mean, it's gonna be intriguing. But yeah, Bondi, we're gonna look at her. Dude, she's done. Oh, she's done, dude. So then the question becomes, who's next? Who's next, guys? Okay? Who is next? I think it's probably gonna be Cash or 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 or both. Okay? Because, guys, here, think about this. He wanted, like, J.B. Pritzker, Gavin Newsom, Barack Obama. He wanted them arrested, right? He wanted the Epstein files, none of it to get released, okay? He wants, like, election fakery. And so if 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 doesn't come up with some crazy, like, election impropriety, she's going to get fired. Okay, Kash Patel got hacked, and he's, like, not doing well, like, making the FBI do what it's supposed to do, so he may get canned. Dude, I think Pete Hegseth, I think there's a legitimate chance that he gets canned if Iran goes really, really south and Trump can't extricate himself, that he could maybe blame Hegseth for that. I mean, guys, here's the thing. Anybody, you can think this guy, like Trump would never fire him, but like, dude, I thought Bondi would be one of the last people standing. But dude, Trump, nobody is above getting the axe. Okay? Nobody, anybody could get the axe. Like anybody, unless you have like $150 million, $200 million. Like, dude, he even jerked off Elon Musk, right? After Elon gave him $290 million, he was like, fuck you, Doge is over, get out. And then he made nice with him later. But like, dude, Trump will stop at no one, dude. Dude, like, what I don't understand though, guys, is why do these people do this? Why don't any of them just fucking stand up to this guy and like advocate for him to get like 25th Amendment in? You know what I mean? Like, why don't people stand up? Dude, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? I mean, can it be any worse than Kristi Noem's husband's like rubber balloon tits? Like, bro, and that shit ain't even that bad, dude. You know what I mean? It is mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling. All right, let's do the fucking, we're gonna get the dance party going. Light blue and higher. Dude, unbelievable, man. Because, dude, I would be, like, telling this guy to fuck directly off, bro. I would. There it is. Dance party goal, 30 minutes. Dude, everybody in our government they're, like, weak. They're weak. Patel first, Keg's breath, then Miller. No, so Miller, like, I don't think he can fire Miller, right? I think Miller is actually a higher level than Donald Trump. I mean, I don't know. What is Miller's job title even? Dude, DL dance party, right? I mean, dude, I feel like Miller's installed from the fucking Heritage Foundation, right? And he doesn't really, what is his even role? Dude, LFG Pine Box Dance Party, dude, I don't even know what Stephen Miller's official role is. What is it? Oh, it is Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. So yeah, dude, he could get canned, right? I thought he had like a ubiquitous thing, but I don't know. I feel like Russell Vought like protects Stephen Miller, right? Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy. Ooh, for policy. Dude, what a dick, dude. Dude, they're all douchebags. They are. All right, so let's get into this, shall we? Let's look at some of this shit. Dude, some of this stuff is crazy. Oh my God, bro. All right, we're going to warm up with some of this softball stuff. But look at this, dude. Dude, Sneako. Dude, look at this. Oh my God. Dude, Sneako. Okay? Give me a fucking break. I mean, dude, I'll take it. Okay? But these guys are idiots. Okay? These guys, it's like Fuentes, it's Sneako, Aiden Ross, whatever. These little shitler birds will go any way the wind blows. Okay? They will. Dude, Sinful, all these morons need locked up. Let's go. Dude, they're so dumb. But what did he say? Okay, did he delete the post? I'm trying to think of, did he delete it? Oh, no. Oh, it's because I have him blocked. I will unblock him for the night. But dude, he tweets, I miss Joe Biden, man. Dude. Dude. I mean, so who is Sneako? So Sneako is one of these young, like Aiden Ross, like influencers. All right, you know who Sneako is? I'll tell you Sneako is. He's like a mini Andrew Tate mixed with Aiden Ross. So he is like a groiper incel dude who became like an Andrew Tate acolyte. And then he became one of these guys who was all about, you know, being a man, and he converted to Islam, and he is like just another shitter influencer who talks shit about women and the LGBTQ, okay? And what he did was a while back, he did this tweet. I'll show you this tweet that was in particular, like this one, all right? It was, I guess he deleted it, but he did this tweet about the KKK. Let me show you this. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Where he did a tweet that was like KKK greater than LGBTQ or some shit, right? Where he was like, he's just a fucking geek, bro. I don't even know. Let me see if I could find the fucking tweets. It was a while back. It was a couple years ago, right? Where, let me see. He did this tweet right here, okay? This was like way back in 2023, right? This was one of his big, whatever, giant viral moments, right? He has since deleted it, but this is an actual tweet that he did, and he was like an offshoot of the gamer, like whatever, the gamer Andrew Tate movement. He's an idiot, okay? He is. He's just an idiot, like creep who makes all sorts of, you know, whatever, racist, misogynist, anti-LGBTQ, like faux religious content, right? Shock jock, incel, you know, whatever, mom's basement type, right? Dude, he is a clown, okay? He is a clown, like, extraordinaire. But, like, bro, to see him posting this, so let me just say this. Like, Sneako's an idiot. Sneako is an asshole. But there is one thing I take from this, guys. And what I take from this is that Donald Trump has fallen so far, right? Like, Trump has fallen. Dude, Trump is like 𝗙ecie𝗶𝗹𝗀 out there, you know? Where he has, like, lost everybody that remotely once supported him, other than, you know, the toothless inbred crowd that would like jump off a building for him. You know what I mean? And like, that is what is wild, is Trump has fallen so far that the worst rats are jumping off the ship, which is impressive, okay? It's impressive, guys, because like that shows you how much power Trump has lost, okay? Because maybe the people in Trump's cabinet are still going to polish the knob, and people like Laura Loomer, but a lot of the young people you know, his fair weather friends are all like bailing on him. And so he's, I don't know, man. I feel like it's going to have some ramifications down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? Because it shows that Trump is weakening and losing power, and people are losing interest in him and his movement. And there's nobody to pick up the movement, right? There's no one to pick up the movement. So the movement is really gonna crumble, you know? And I just think it's a really good sign, dude. It's a really good sign. Because, guys, none of these guys, like J.D. Vance, cannot win any of the youth vote, guys. I don't believe the only youth vote that J.D. Vance can win is some closeted weirdo like that Holly Hand kid. Okay? That kid would like cheer for J.D. Vance. But dude, none of the like bro influencers are going to cheer for J.D. Vance, dude. I mean, he's like, I'm not even sure he's a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't know how to talk. He didn't know how to talk to an employee at a donut shop. Like the guy can't just walk in and like shoot the shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, J.D. Vance is only good. You know, the only time he's good is when he's going against a female reporter and he's like trying to use his like Yale law sort of like, I'll talk over you and I can lie profusely in order to shut down a female reporter, because a female reporter is going to try to stay respectful in order to like uphold the journalism. She's working in a framework, and J.D. Vance will attack women reporters probably the same way he attacks his wife, through like gaslighting and dominating them, knowing that they're respecting a framework of decorum. But, right, have you seen it? When J.D. Vance is with a female reporter, he does a certain type of aggressive browbeating gaslighting that works because women reporters behave in a certain way where they stay inside this like decorum respect zone. And so he abuses that space, right? But that shit doesn't work for like the bros. You know what I'm saying? The bros are not going to like play that game, you know? Dude, kind of like Mike Pence. Dude, J.D. Vance is, I mean, he's like Mike Pence, but, you know, he calls the couch mother instead of his wife. Dude, right? Oh, shit. Right? Oh. But yeah, dude, he can only attack women. But yeah, this is funny, dude. If only someone had warned you. Dude, now you wake up. Oh my God, dude. Right? They're so fun. Oh, hi there. Are you looking for the person who literally told you all of this would happen? Dude, I love that meme. That's a good one. Oh, dude, that is rich. I mean, I've had this clown blocked for a while. Pine box. Dude. All right, let's see what he says here. Oh my God, dude. Let's see what he says. Oh shit, bro.
3 hours ago, I tweeted, I miss Joe Biden. I do! I miss Joe! I miss sleepy Joe Biden. This is terrible. Trump is comparing himself to Jesus. He's using Antichrist rhetoric. I miss Joe Biden! Stumbling around. This was what we had to deal with. We didn't even know how good we had it. Joe Biden would be like, Sniffing a kid. We did not know how good we had it.
Sniffing a
But
kid.
it was just simple. The worst thing about Joe was that he forgot where he was. The worst thing about Trump is antichrist rhetoric and war that nobody wants, and a draft, and maybe the end of American empire. I don't know. Oil prices up, U.S. economy tanking, $39 trillion. Joe Biden was.
Dude, I mean, look at that face, bro. It really fits him. But like, yo, I mean, I hate to burst your bubble here, though, Sneako, you fucking moron. But Donald Trump bankrupted a casino! Like, what did you think he was gonna do to the U.S. economy? What did he do when he bungled COVID? You fucking idiots. It's like, my God, these guys are idiots. Yo, like, oh, I'm glad you're waking up. But you see him, though, how he's like, dude, he's anti-Christ. He's anti-Christ. Oh, really? The rapist, who was Epstein's best friend, is like anti-Jesus? Like, really? You're literally just figuring that out now? The serial fucking adulterer? The guy who committed adultery like 1,000 times on every wife and literally said he fucking grabs genitals without consent. You thought that guy was like the respectful Jesus guy? Like, dude, you should have your voting privileges revoked. For Christ's sake, dude. Like, what are we talking about? You know? Dude, Epstein's buddy. Like, it's like when I hear this, like, where were you, you know, a year ago, you fucking idiots? I mean, it's like they're just cons, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to look bad. That's what it is Sneako fucking, oh yeah, let's vote for this guy. And all of a sudden he's like, oh my God, this guy's terrible. Like, I'm going to look bad if I don't, like, now start hating this guy, right? But, like, dude, these guys are incapable of making a fucking decent decision, bro. Jesus.
You ain't black if you don't like me. It was great. We did not know how good we had it with Joe Biden. I almost forgot that he was president. And now we might get drafted. The Strait of Hormuz.
Dude, I hope Sneako gets drafted. Dude, Sneako, Aiden Ross, Theo Von, draft all of them, bro. Every last one of them, dude. You want to, right? Oh, shit. I want to see Full Metal Jacket, the Gen Z influencer version, dude. I want to see all of these shitheads in fatigues with the helmet on. Dude, right? 10 hot, hip, 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 hip. Get your ass moving, motherfucker.
Me and the Ayatollah are gonna control it. I miss Joe. Joe Biden was the GOAT. Joe Biden smelled kids. At least he wasn't in the Epstein files, you fucking loser. Biden smelled kids. Trump was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and he's not releasing the files.
Dude, these guys, these guys are idiots, bro. Dude, clavicular draft maxing. Dude, Gen W, let's go. Pine-scented trash bag, let's go, James. Hold on, we're gonna watch the end of this Sneako clip, and then we're gonna hone in on the dance party. Oh my God.
Yeah, okay, he sniffed a kid. Oh, you smell like peaches and cream. Okay. Trump is saying that he would date his daughter if she wasn't his daughter. That's the difference. The lesser of two evils.
Yeah, and you voted for him, dude. You voted for the guy who said none of what Trump did happened between the time these idiots voted and now. All of this shit, like the Epstein and the fucking dating his daughter and all the adultery and all the nasty shit, all of that happened before these clowns lined up and voted for Trump's dumb ass, bro.
I miss Joe.
All right. But oh my God, dude. That is so funny, bro. And now, dude, he's called for Trump's impeachment, I guess. See, I've been out of the Sneako loop because I had him blocked. Okay? I had him blocked. Maybe I'll leave him unblocked now. For a while, I just could not. Every time I saw this guy on my timeline, I lost like brain cells. So I had to block him just so I was relieved of the brain rot. But oh my God. Dude, the whole like sniffing a kid thing, like, dude, you know, why did they make a big deal about that? Even if Biden did sniff a kid, what's wrong with sniffing a kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't even know what sniffing a kid means, bro. Like, you know, it doesn't seem harmful to anyone, though. You know, if you get sniffed, you know, I don't know. Maybe he likes kids' shampoo or some shit. It reminds him of his younger days. Dude, like sniffing a kid is like something wild. You know, I mean, dude, Trump grabs him by the genitals and they're worried about like somebody sniffing someone's head, dude. You know, I mean, it just doesn't seem like a thing. But guys, here's another one though. You ready? Here is another one, boss, that is wild. Okay, let's see what we got here. We have some Theo Von clips going on. Right? Again, right? All of the brain dead morons are like having some sort of epiphany. Okay? Now, I don't know if, like, you know, Mercury popped out of retrograde. There's some gravitational pull on the one shared brain cell among all of these, like, brofluencers or what. Maybe the Artemis, like, trip to the moon is, like, pulling on the unibrain cell that they all share, right? They all feed off that one molecular trough of stupidity that these guys share, right? But I mean, there was a full moon yesterday. I don't know, but I'll take it. Okay, I'll take it. I will, to use the venerable words of 𝗙cie𝗶𝗽𝗀. I'll take it. Oh, yeah, 𝗙cie. Oh, I'll take it. Oh, I mean, let's see what we got here, dude. Theo Von is having a fucking breakdown.
So when you see like how it all played out and why it is what it is today, Jesus Christ, you'd be mad too.
Yeah.
And when you're mad and you're surrounded by bigger enemies that all have nuclear weapons, you don't even have nuclear weapons, wouldn't you be trying to make them? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying Iran should have nuclear weapons. I don't think anybody should have nuclear weapons. But
Israel gets to have them.
Allegedly. This is the problem. Allegedly.
Everything's allegedly with them.
But allegedly,
except for the genocide.
You know, they don't officially have them.
Right.
I don't think they admit they officially have them. And you know who is a big opponent of Israel getting nuclear weapons?
JFK.
JFK. Yeah. That's what a lot of people think led back into the left.
Oh, yeah. Before they killed him, who? I don't know.
So the Iranian Revolution.
So,
also called the
dude, these guys, like, boy, they throw shit around there. Like, you know, like, oh, shit, let's just fucking give a take on history. Dude, back into the... Dude, they're talking about JFK getting killed. But one thing I do want to notice, though, did you notice? I know they're speculating that Israel killed JFK, right? That is like digging deep, bro. Oh my God. Fucking wild, okay? They're just like anything, dude. Anything is like now moving in. But here's another thing though that I don't get is, did you notice what Theo Von said there? Theo Von is talking about Israel and he's like, oh, the genocide. And I'm like, you care about the Palestinian genocide? So you took the biggest, most Zionist person in politics, literally in the last 25 years. There is no bigger Zionist than Donald Trump. Okay? 200 million from Miriam Adelson, 300 million from Elon Musk. Elon Musk bought Twitter, right? Fucking Trump's son-in-law is a family friend of Netanyahu. Trump is in cahoots with everybody in the Middle East. And they platformed him and helped him win. And now they're like, oh, Israel genocide? Like, bro, how stupid are these guys? Like, honestly, how fucking stupid are these guys? Like, seriously, I'm serious. I want to like call Theo up and be like, dude, I have a great business opportunity for you, buddy. Here, give me some money. I'm going to make you rich. Because these guys are like dumb as shit, bro. Oh my God, dude. Right? Right? He went there after he got him elected. Yeah, but dude, that to me, he was uneducated prior. I don't buy that. If you are a podcast host and you are bringing candidates onto your podcast, you have to you can't do that and be uneducated. That's fucking bullshit. Okay? That is a dereliction of duty. If you have a large following, you need to be responsible about what you put in front of that following. But of course, we know that Joe Rogan is like a total degenerate with that. And so is Theo Von, and so is Andrew Schultz. These guys don't care. Anything that will get them a fucking a stack of cash, they are gonna go all in. Right, dude, Elite, what's up, boss? Good to see you, brother. But yeah, I don't know, dude, that shit bothers me, but let's see the other quote here. Dude, let's see the other one. Oh my God, dude, they have a whole like RT is going to town on this, boss.
I think that's one of the things that they were just attacking recently. Like we were dropping bombs on them recently.
I don't think we're over there doing that for ourselves, though.
Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it's in our best interest.
Dude, look at this guy, though. Dude, this guy, like, when I look at him, I'm like, this guy just looks like somebody has to show him how to put his pants on in the morning. Dude, you know what I'm saying? You look at him and you wonder, like, how'd this guy get dressed today, dude? How did this guy get like fully clothed, dude? Does he have an assistant that like make sure he doesn't leave the house with no pants on? Or what, dude? Dude, Ella, let's go. Oh shit. Dude, we gotta pause. We got 3 minutes, guys. Dude, we got 3 minutes. We need 22, guys. 22 in 3 minutes. We gotta fucking bone up. All right, I missed one too. They were projecting because they're dirtier. Thank you, Day Trader. Dude, let's go. I'm sorry I let it slide, guys, but now I'm in. Now you got me for 3 minutes. We go. Let's get it going, dude. Sinful, LFG. Dude, we're gonna have to crank though if we're gonna get this dance, dude. We need Paula. All right, there's Paula. Let's get it going. Sakatara. Dude, let's go. Dude, oh shit, boss. All right. Dude, Ella, let's go. There it is. Dude, all right. We are cranking. Dude, Victor, let's go. Dude, let's go. Pinky, let's go. Let's go. There we go. All right, 2.5 minutes, guys. 18. All we need is 18 and 2.5. We got this. Dude, Bondi's gone. Yes. Dude, I don't know. Dude, is somebody going to whistle blow? Right? What's going to happen, dude? David Whiteacre, let's go, baby. Dude, thank you, boss. One flew over. Dude, let's go. Thank you, David. Dude, one flew over. Let's go. Yeah, I don't even mind his hair, dude. It's just the fucking look in his eye. 16, baby. 2 minutes. We got this. Pinky, let's go. 15. Dude, there it is. But the Dow. Sleuth and Sandals, let's go. Dude, the Dow is no longer 50K, guys. But the Dow. Thank you, David. All right, 145, guys. 13. 13, baby. 13. We got this. This is like bingo. Hey, oh, hey, it's like an auction. Hey, we got 13, 132. We got 13 left. 13. Do I hear 12? 130. Here we go. Dude, let's go. Pinky Parker, let's go. Pinky Parker coming in. Let's go. Dude, nerdy black woman, don't feel bad for Bondi. She's going to get some high-paid jobs. She'll never pay for the damage she did. She never will. Thank you, nerdy black woman. Unless we put her dumb ass in jail. Dude, line the pine boxes up. Let's go, David Whiteacre. Skirt Jet Soul coming in hot. Dude, 12. Thank you, Theo. Let's go. 57 seconds. We're only 8 away. 8 and 54 seconds. We got this, dude. Dude, we got this. Let's go, David. We said that at the exact same time. Dude, Riptide, you got this. Thank you. Coming in hot from Australia. Thank you, boss. Let's go, Riptide. Love to see it, dude. Pinky. Thank you, dude. David Whiteacre, let's go, baby. Coming in hot. 30 seconds, and we are 4 away. Dude, 4 away. 4 and 30, 4 and 30, 3 and 30. Bye, Pam. Bye. We'll see you. Thank you, Korg. All right, 3 away, dude. 2 away, dude. David Whiteacre coming in hot. We're 2 away, 14 seconds. Let's go. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5. Coming down to the wire. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is. Oh, we made it right at the wire. Oh my God, that's the closest I've ever seen it, dude. David Whiteacre and Pinky Parker coming in hot. Oh my God. Dude, that is insane. And then nerdy black woman, pine box now, please. Yes, please. Dude, that was crazy. I thought it was over. I have never seen it do that. That was nuts. Oh my God, I was like counting down. I thought sure it was over. Dude, let's go. Oh shit, boss. All right, dance party has been secured. But yeah, man, these guys, like, bro, these guys are just, they're like, I don't understand. I mean, you know, I guess they're governed by no one, right? They have the luxury of, you know, being completely unaffected by everything, right? They have enough money where there is, like, Trump wins, they get a tax cut, then they can hate on Trump. Somebody else comes in, and if it's somebody their audience doesn't like, they're going to make more money. And if it is somebody their audience likes, they're going to get a fat tax cut. Like, they just win on all sides. Dude, Theo Von is dumb as a box of rocks. You are not wrong, comrades. How about those measles, dude? Mr. Moj, let's go, dude. RFK is giving a measles symposium, right? All you have to do is climb in that commercial oven with him and get that, like, catcher's glove tan going, right? That's how you get the measles. Dude, RFK, Jesus. Dude, like, what a weirdo, bro. All right, you ready? Let's watch these last 2 Rogan clips.
I think
here.
that's one of the things that they were just attacking recently. Like, we were dropping bombs on them recently.
I don't think we're over there doing that for ourselves, though.
Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it's in our best interest. You know?
Why do you think? Then what is it that, like, Israel holds over America that we do those things?
Well, first of all, there's a lot of people that donated to the Trump campaign that have significant influence over him.
Yeah.
That lobby for Israel.
Right.
And they're very beholden.
So that's just capitalism then, right?
So IDF uncovers Iran
fucking
missile
religion.
megacities.
I don't believe
Dumbasses.
anything they say.
It's hard to know because this is all AI, right?
No,
Is this real?
it looked like it was, but
Is this real?
honestly,
This looks AI.
This shit
some
ain't
of it
real.
does look AI, but that video of those guys like right there looks
Yeah,
real.
it's so hard to know these days, man. I think that's one of the things that they were just
Dude,
attacking.
These guys are so dumb. Like, they don't even realize that, like, American government is filled with wealthy evangelical Christians who want Israel to start a world war so it'll bring Jesus back. Like, I mean, I guess these guys don't know anything about anything, do they? Right? You know what I mean? Right? I guess we can assume that they actually don't really know anything about anything. They just sort of like riff on whatever. Oh yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why. Like, even Rogan's like, oh, he's got, significant Israel ties of people that influence him. But like, yo, his son-in-law, bro, is like in bed with Netanyahu. Netanyahu slept in Jared Kushner's bed, right? Oh, come here, Jared. Dude.
And even Bill Clinton said that about Netanyahu. Bill Clinton said Netanyahu wants war so he could stay in power.
Yeah, no
For
shit.
sure, dude. People call him the yarmulke Hitler. That's what they call
Who are
him.
these people?
Everybody does.
Which people? Come on,
Countless.
people?
Huh?
What are you saying?
What do you mean, people? You talking
Yeah.
about
What are you talking about?
black
dog?
folks? What
no.
are you saying?
I don't know
Oh,
what you're saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Let's not draw conclusions.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
He seems like a great guy.
No, really.
Dude.
Well, it's just a scary time.
Dude, what are these guys gonna do? They're gonna make out, bro. Jesus. Dude. Dude, they are so, like, just brain-addled, boss. Like, everybody, Rogan's like, let's not draw conclusions. Dude, 2 minutes ago, Rogan was, like, talking about Israel murdering JFK. And he's like telling Theo, don't draw conclusions. Dude, they're so stupid. Like, oh my God, dude. I think they're actually going to make out. I really do. I think Theo Von and Joe Rogan, I think they actually fucking kiss, dude. I do. I think they kiss when nobody's looking, bro. Oh, look at him. He knows. Look at his eyes. He's like, dude, oh shit, he called me out. Dude, he heard me through the fucking monitor.
It's all just a cat and mouse game. People are like, we'll elect the Democrats next time. It's like, but it's all the same shit has been happening forever. They haven't been helping anybody forever. They're letting fucking politicians slurp on kids. All of our fucking money goes to Israel and they're using it to fucking genocide people. It's like everybody is scared out of their wits right now. It's like our religious leaders are afraid to speak out. And it's like it's a time where it's like Satan is amongst us and our religious leaders are fucking talking about bullshit at the poll. It's just like, what is
Satan
going
is
I don't know,
amongst
man.
us. Dude, what is he talking about, Satan? First off, and dude, I'm not defending giving money to Israel because we should not be giving any money to Israel, but all of our money does not go to Israel. Okay? Israel gets $3.8 billion a year. There's been a couple times where they've gotten emergency funding of like $20 billion. They don't, all our money is not going to Israel. All of our money is going into the fucking Defense Department. Okay, right? And all of our money is going into wars and conflagrations. I mean, we're certainly doing a lot of fighting on behalf of Israel. All right, that is definitely happening. But like, dude, and I mean, fuck them. They shouldn't be getting any money, but they're not getting all our money. They're not the only problem we have here in America. I mean, they are a problem. They're certainly, I think, more of a problem with how they're like purchasing government officials. But again, it's like our government officials are trying to be purchased by these fuckers because they want to bring about the fucking rapture, right? And I don't even think it's, guys, I think the problem is our politicians, right? You know what I'm saying? The problem is like, it is our evangelical politicians that are fucking, you know what I'm saying? That are the problem. They are encouraging this. They are like actively courting being purchased because they're like, oh, it's going to bring Jesus back. And I am fucking tired of this shit, dude. Dude, I want all evangelicals out of our government. Like every religious person out of American government, guys. Like seriously, anybody who says they're a fucking Christian, I like want them out of government. Like no Christians, nobody who is seriously, nobody who is from the Abrahamic religions. No Christians, no Jewish people, no Muslims. Okay, atheists and Buddhists only. That's it. All right. Anybody who's not an atheist or a Buddhist can get the fuck out of the government, dude. I'm serious. I am literally at that point where it's like everybody who is connected to the Abrahamic religions is like ready to sink the goddamn planet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wiccans are fine, okay? You know, Wiccans are fine. But if you are in any of the three Abrahamic religions, like no more space in the US government, dude. I mean, it's just becoming ridiculous at this point. Okay? It is ridiculous. Okay? Dude, and look at this. Dude, and what is 𝗙cie? Oh my God. 𝗙cie is now weighing in. Dude, Theo saying shit many people agree with, and Joe gaslighting him, we got to get you off those antidepressants, is wild. When Joe is the one who sounds like the subdued SSRI riddled NP. Dude, oh my God, dude, 𝗙cie is defending Theo Von. Guys, there is a rift happening in the manosphere. Dude, 𝗙cie does suck. I used to like 𝗙cie. I thought 𝗙cie was okay. I think really I liked her fucking the way she does her eye makeup. I think that's what I actually liked. Looking back on it, all right, I'll admit I bought in, but no, seriously, she is like a manosphere fucking she is like a hidden manosphere like troll. Okay, she is, and you may have noticed. Dude, she blocked me, okay? She did. Because I'm like, dude, you are like a manosphere fucking yelper is what you are. You are like a hidden, you are like, you know who she is, guys? I'm telling you, you know who she is, guys? She is literally Pearly Things, okay? She is Pearly Things with like an OnlyFans makeup job. That's what 𝗙cie is. Right? Pearly Things with OnlyFans makeup. All right? But she's like, tries to act like she's not Pearly Things. But she is totally Pearly Things, guys. I swear to you, 𝗙cie is like Pearly Things who dresses like a Mennonite and does her makeup like an OnlyFans model. That's it. That's her whole shtick, dude. And so the OnlyFans model makeup did like suck me in, bro. It did. I admit it, dude. I can be a sucker for good eye makeup. I'm working on it, all right? I'm trying to get better about this. Might be easier to mention people not blocking me. No. Well, they all block me because I give them a piece of the fucking truth, dude. But let's see what's going on with fucking Theo and Joe, dude. They're brawling. Dude, she is pretty. No, she's absolutely pretty, right? And like, I don't know, she's got engaging energy too. But the thing that's really hard about 𝗙cie is she's deceptive, okay? Because you can watch some of her stuff and it almost seems like she's a feminist. And it seems like she is like a liberal or a leftist, but she's actually not. She's like a manosphere pick-me person that is disguising herself as though she is not of that ilk And she deceptively tries to steer you into that. And it's that deception that I don't like. Like, that is real smarmy. You know what I'm saying? It's real smarmy. I don't like people who are deceptive about their fucking politics. I don't. I think that shit is super problematic, guys. I don't like the deception.
It's all just a cat and mouse game. People are like, we'll elect the Democrats next time. It's like, but it's all the same shit has been happening forever. They haven't been helping anybody forever. They're letting fucking politicians slurp on kids. All of our fucking money goes to Israel and they're using it to fucking genocide people. It's like everybody is scared out of their wits right now. It's like our religious leaders are afraid to speak out. And it's like it's a time where it's like Satan is amongst us and our religious leaders are fucking talking about bullshit at the poll. It's just like, what is going, I don't know, man.
We got to get you off those antidepressants, son. You're losing your fucking marbles.
You think I am?
Come hang out with us. Just chill out.
I'm here. It's
Dude, you know what's weird about this though, guys? Is I mean, Rogan is making fun of him, but like, what's weird about this is like Theo Von, when he's talking about our religious leaders, like, is Theo Von trying to make us, Satan's amongst us? Like, Theo Von is claiming to be like religious? Like, give me a fucking break, dude. Neither of these guys are religious. These guys are bullshit artists. Both of these guys. They both fucking sold out to Donald Trump, who is like, if anything, Trump is the Antichrist. And they're like, they fucking like sucked his D and helped him fucking like totally get into office. And now Theo's like, oh, everybody's bad. It's like, you fucking jackhole. You literally fucking you know what I'm saying? You literally let the Antichrist into office. Now you want to talk about religious leaders? Like, shut the fuck up. Dude, Theo's friends with Candace? No, really? Is he really? Is Theo Candace and is Theo Von and Candace Owens, are they buddies? I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? With all the conspiracy theories and shit. Dude, I mean, it's so funny though. Dude, yeah, these guys are just like fucking, I don't know, these guys are just clowns, bro. Right? They are. They're just clowns. They are just clowns, okay? Dude, this guy says, here's another one though, right? Dude, look at this. Everybody here, dude, has blocked me. Dude, like, isn't it funny? Like, every one of these people, they've all blocked me, bro. All of them. Because they're all bullshit artists, okay? They are. And I call out bullshit artists. And so they've all fucking blocked me, right? Because they're all fucking clowns, okay? But look at what he says here. Crashing out, it's understandable. Theo is super sensitive and he's easily influenced by the settings he's in. Dude, Theo platformed Vance and Trump. And dude, JD Vance is an even bigger snake than Trump is. He is like an Epstein purchased via Peter Thiel, like converted Catholic, fucking surveillance VC, like snake in the grass, who literally knows Trump is Hitler, but fucking sold out for him because he thought it would get him to be president, right? And Theo is like sensitive. Dude, no, Theo's fucking stupid is what he is. Dude, this guy's not sensitive. This guy's a fucking moron, bro. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, dude. Yeah, I love it. Dude, look at this. These two men helped Trump and Vance get elected. I'm glad they're saying what they're saying now, but I wish they would own that, right? And that's true, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that, like, I don't know. That's the thing is I don't know if we're going to get, right? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know like even with the Sneako guy, okay, you have Rogan, you have Theo Von, and like, okay, are they having a real awakening? Maybe they are. And maybe I'm like being really hard on them because I'm angry at the irresponsible way that they use their platform. That is possible, okay? That like, that, you know, maybe they really are having an awakening. And maybe even Sneako really is having an awakening. But the problem is these guys have been, you know, like churning chaos for a long time, okay? And they have been heavily insulated from the costs of their flippant political and or, you know, bringing guests on and letting them run to the hills sort of mentalities, okay? And so the thing that bothers me is if they have this realization of like, wow, dude, the terrorist, Trump is a terrorist. What is Trump doing? He's doing all the wrong shit. It's like, if they don't acknowledge, like, man, we did this. Like Joe Rogan, I would feel better about it if Joe Rogan was saying, dude, I can't believe this war. And you know what, Theo? I fucking did this. I platformed Trump. I am the reason that Trump is doing this shit. What the fuck did I do? I need to get my shit straight. I would probably feel a little bit better if there was some acknowledgement from these guys of their own role, because they're just like, oh my God. You know, and Theo is not even just doing Trump. Theo is deceptively, you may not have noticed, but Theo is being very broad, saying all of the politicians are slurping kids, all right? He is in, like, Theo is not even specifically targeting Trump. He is essentially saying everybody, which gives him the space in the next election to trash both sides and to try to find some sort of middle ground of, like, you know, maybe he's going to try and, you know, hone in on some of Hassan's audience or Mike from PA or some of the leftist people, right? He's going to try to find disaffected people from the Groypers and from the leftists. He's going to try and like expand his audience to anybody who just hates the whole thing, okay? And like, I don't know, I feel like these guys are calculated in what they're doing. You know, like even with Theo not talking specifically about Trump, like Rogan will talk about Trump, but Theo is like, no, it's everybody. It's all the politicians, right? And I don't know, man. I feel like you don't get as wealthy as these guys without being calculated, okay? You don't. I don't think you accidentally get $100 million contract. I think you are very calculated at like how to like open your audience for everybody. You know, the same way that like a lot of gamers, you know, would not speak out in a way because they just knew a lot of their audience was like anti-LGBTQ. So they would like say like, you know, just everybody should be allowed to be who they are. And they would leave it at that. Because that's calculated. That allows them the plausible deniability of like not throwing the LGBTQ under the bus, but they never actually say LGBTQ. So they also allow their anti-LGBTQ people to be like, oh, they're not defending them, right? And that kind of shit is calculated. Like you don't make millions of dollars in capitalism without being calculated, okay? You really don't. And so I don't know. I don't know if I believe that these guys are having an actual epiphany or if they are just gearing up for the next audience like expansion they're going to try to pull, you know? You know what I'm saying? Because they're not including their own role, guys. They have conveniently left out their own responsibility for bringing this shit on. And that's problematic. That makes them dangerous. You know? They're all grifters. I mean, I don't know, dude. Bro, It pisses me off, though, dude. This shit makes me mad, boss. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for saying what I'm thinking. You're welcome, Marisol. Let's go. Is Trump calculated? So John, Trump is a version of being calculated. Like, yes, he is. He's not smart, okay? You know what I'm saying? And don't think that calculated means smart. But Trump was a consummate reality TV performer that used to know how to push, and also when to back off. I think right now, though, we're seeing Trump who has lost his game. Like, Trump is too old, and Trump is too, like, dementiaed, and Trump has had too many people put a lot of money in his pockets, and he's lost his magic, and he's become toxic. So he's lost his power. But if you go back like 10 years ago, Trump was pretty calculated, okay? He knew exactly when to push and when to pull back. And when everyone was mad at him, he kind of knew how to shift the tide and how to, like, turn your head over to the next thing. And he, you know, he wasn't smart by any means, but he was pretty good at using the tools he had and shifting blame off of himself, right? And you know, but he's lost that now. He has. Like, now he's operating like not, right? Yeah, he's a con man. And con men are, like, very calculated, guys. They are. Like, con men are, like, they know how to network, you know? And I mean, a lot of these guys are sort of con men, really. I mean, if you look at, like, even with Rogan and Trump, like, part of the reason, dude, like, part of the reason why these guys, you know, it's like Dana White, okay? Dana White is, like, all in with Donald Trump, and Dana White is the reason why Logan and Jake Paul have careers, and Dana White is, like, this very powerful person in the manosphere, the money line from the UFC and all that shit. So, like, if Dana White says we're pro-Trump, all of these guys are going to be, like, pretty pro-Trump because they don't want to, like, Dana White could, like, crush them or make it so none of them can really make a ton of money, you know what I mean? So, like, there's, like, levers of power going on here, you know, where Dana, you know, it's like, and Dana, though, may now be suffering because of Trump's, like, you know, Trump has become so toxic that Dana is now, like, who knows? Maybe Dana will even distance. But, like, Rogan has enough money to be sort of on his own. You know, Rogan does. But, like, Logan and Jake Paul, those guys are owned by Dana White, okay? And what did Dana White do? He made Prime, like, one of the UFC drinks, and he gave Jake and Logan Paul a fucking career. They get to run their mouth. He protects them. Anytime they get in a thicket, Dana White's crisis repair team will come in and probably take care of those idiots. And he shows them how to not pay taxes and shit. And all they have to do is do what Dana tells them. And they're like, okay, boss, you know. But they are owned by Dana White, dude. The Paul brothers. I mean, it's pretty gross, dude. It is, like, gross, you know? So, I don't know, dude. I don't like any of these guys, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't like any of these guys, dude. I just don't, dude. I feel like they're all, like pretty, you know what I'm saying? I think they're all just pretty fucking, you know, scoundrelly. They're all, like, con men that have way too much money and power, you know? You know what I'm saying?
What do you think is going to happen? You think we're going to be okay?
I hope so. Of course. I don't know.
Do you think about it?
I'm confused. I can't believe we went to this war. When we started bombing Iran, I was like, this can't be true.
And what about Lebanon now?
I know. Israel's invaded Lebanon. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, just fucking stop it. What do you need?
Well, they're trying to, supposedly, they're trying to stop the terrorists.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, if you're the fucking terrorist. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to stop them, fucking stand in front of the fucking mirror and start there.
Dude, geez. I mean, all right, have an epiphany. Now maybe acknowledge how you fucking helped make this shit happen, dude. Oh. Dude. Rogan people are going to hold me accountable for all this. Who, me? Dude, fuck Rogan people, boss. Dude, the Rogan people, they already don't like me. They didn't like me when I was a gamer. Fuck them. Dude, Clown Prince. Agree, Tommy. Question, did you already cover the Pam Bondi stuff? I did not. No, we're gonna slide into Pam Bondi. Okay, we're gonna slide into Pam Bondi right now, actually. Dude, slide in. Shh. Shh. All right. Dude, let's go. Dude, Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi. All right, dude, that is some interesting shit there. Dude, okay, so Todd Blanche is acting AG. Now, guys, here, you ready for this, though? You ready? This is going to be interesting, okay? Because, you know what's going to be interesting, guys? Is what if, right here, this part, Todd Blanche acting AG, okay? Do you guys remember Chad Wolf? Do you remember Chad Wolf? I don't know. Let me refresh your memory, okay? So during Trump's first term, BLM started taking off, and there was a lot of resistance here in Portland. And what ended up happening was Trump couldn't really get his guy into the head of the DHS. So Trump did the acting head of the DHS. Okay. And so Chad Wolf was somebody that he was like a lower deputy that Trump made the acting head of DHS. And then there was no Senate confirmation required. And this guy was Trump's total lackey. He was the guy that was driving around Portland in SUVs, like kidnapping protesters and shit and hustling them off to, you know, federal buildings and interrogating them and stuff. And so I was, you know how we were wondering, oh, who's Trump going to nominate? I wonder if Trump won't nominate anyone. He just named Todd Blanche, his own personal attorney, acting AG. If he nominates, they have to go through the Senate confirmation. He's got to go through the whole rigmarole. All that shit will be dredged up. I mean, he may just leave Todd Blanche as the acting AG and just not nominate anyone. And then he's got a guy who, you know, no Senate confirmation hearing, no need to deal with anything. His guy's already in there. He may just leave it ride like that, you know, with his own fucking personal attorney, which is some bullshit, dude. Dude, we just blew out the chat, boss. Jesus. Dude. Yeah, dude, Chad Wolf was like muy toxic. Bro, that's crazy. But, yeah, man. So this is fucking... What is this, bro? Dude, what do we have going on, boss?
Are you confident you will see that?
I don't know if we're going to see it in this administration.
Why do you say that?
Because Pam Bondi has, she's been so against this. I would say from the beginning, but in the beginning, I think she earnestly was ready to release files. And then I think she wasn't in on the joke when they gave her those binders that had nothing in it. Then she found out she looked like a joke, and she shot off the angry letter to the FBI. But at some point, somebody got to Pam Bondi and said, it's your job to cover this.
Are you confident you will see that?
It's interesting that 𝗙cie implying, I mean, because you know what is weird, guys, is maybe maybe something did go down because she was like doing all those Fox News appearances. Like, yeah, I got it on my desk. We're releasing it. It's coming. Maybe she did think it was all going to be released because it was like, you know, Bill Clinton and shit. I mean, I don't know, right? But she wasn't a part of that from Florida. Like I don't know what she knew when she became the attorney general, but she was not involved in the original Palm Beach case at all. Okay, she was not. She was like a like lower attorney in Tampa, and she had no connections to Palm Beach. She came in much later. And so she definitely knew like some of the ins and outs of that from when she was the AG. And like, but I don't know, maybe she didn't even know. I don't know. It's hard to know like who knows what, you know? You know what I'm saying? It really is hard to know who knows what because, you know, like a lot of that shit is buried and fucking hidden and, you know, you don't know which person. I mean, I literally thought Pam Bondi was going to be like the last person to go. I did. I thought she was going to be the last person to get fired, and she literally got fucking shit canned. Okay? But I mean, I know that MAGA is really mad because look at this, right? Like MAGA wants to, right? Look at this shit though. Look at these MAGA people, guys. Look what they want. They want Fauci arrested, right? Russiagate means they want like Obama arrested, okay? They want like Nancy Pelosi arrested because they prosecuted the J6ers, okay? Antifa doesn't even exist. Violent left-wing trans groups, what the fuck does that even mean, right? I mean, if you see this, like MAGA has a laundry list of specific anti-Trump and made-up shit, and they want all of these people like arrested. Like they want somebody who's gonna do some like Vladimir Putin shit. But like, dude, none of these people are getting arrested because none of them actually committed any crimes, you know? So it's really confusing because MAGA hates Pam Bondi because they're like, she didn't arrest everybody. And they're blaming Pam Bondi, but like, what do they think? Like none of the shit listed here, like nobody here's getting arrested. These people are fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Like, you know, right? I mean, she's mad about the binders. Dude. Oh shit. Dude, that's so funny. Right? Oh my God. See, they're like all out on Pam Bondi, dude. Dude, look at that. Kash Patel. Dude, Kash is going to be next, guys. Okay? Kash is going to be next. All right, but here's the thing, though. You ready? This is the other one. This is the clip about Swalwell. All right, watch this. Watch this.
He joins me now. Congressman, good to see you. So, as I'm sure you saw, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗀 from Semaphore was on with me earlier today, and she's been reporting that part of the reason Bondi was fired is that Trump suspects that Bondi leaked some information to you about an effort by the administration to release files from a 10-year-old closed investigation into your relationship with an alleged Chinese spy. Did Bondi or anyone in her orbit leak information to you, Congressman?
No. The Attorney General did not tip us off. No one in her orbit tipped us off. It was FBI agents who tipped off the Washington Post because they saw this effort by Kash Patel and Donald Trump to try and interfere in a California governor's race that I have been leading. And so, you know, what this shows, though, and what is quite concerning is that Donald Trump is seeing ghosts. He's certainly gunning for us, and he wants an attorney general who's willing to break the law and weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. That is what has to be intolerable, not just for Pam Bondi, and I don't know the reasons why she was let go, but it has to be intolerable for anybody who sits in that chair and carries out what we hope to be the rule of law and a system of justice.
So you say you don't know the reason that she was fired, but you know that it wasn't you.
I have no idea.
I'm curious, though. I'm curious, though, if...
But I'm in Donald Trump's head, and he's tweeting at me at 4:45 in the morning, so...
Hey, I cannot get into Donald Trump's head. I would never ask that of you, but...
Dude, so, I mean, I think he's nailing something, which goes back to that Liz Wheeler tweet, guys, okay, about Pam Bondi. I mean, we literally just saw the Liz Wheeler tweet, the list of grievances here, okay? Like they want the AG to break the law, okay? They want the AG to make arrests, right? Oh, Obama, right? You see that? Oh, they're talking about Obama. Oh, we have proof of Russiagate, Obama. Oh, illegal. Oh, Fauci. Oh, Nancy Pelosi, right? But dude, they don't have any actual evidence of anything to arrest these people. And so Pam Bondi could not arrest Barack Obama or Fauci or fucking Nancy Pelosi or any of this ridiculous shit. But that's what MAGA wants. Like, they want everybody who did something to Trump to be arrested and put on trial. And they're convinced there's like a whole bunch of evidence there. And so Bondi's not delivering arrests. And so they're mad at Bondi. Now, somebody like Matt Gaetz, who Trump wanted before Bondi, there's so much compromise on him for being a rapist and an abuser that Matt Gaetz would break every law out there. He would just do the most illegal shit, right? Because he's, going to go to prison if Trump ever rolls on him. That's why Trump wanted Matt Gaetz. But so where does this leave us? Okay, because I honestly think Trump might not nominate another AG. He may just leave Todd Blanche running like out of the limelight as the acting AG. Okay, now the other thing is I think 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃 is definitely going to get fired. Okay, and here's why. I think 𝗙cie𝗶𝗃 has drawn way too much attention to himself. Okay, with the girlfriend flights and with the tweets and the hockey team, and like he's just like a spotlight hog. And I think Trump wants somebody in the FBI who's going to just disappear and make sure that no attention gets drawn to them. The Epstein files get buried and nobody ever thinks about him again, right? And so I wouldn't be surprised if Cash gets fired, okay? I think if 𝗙𝗪𝗓 doesn't come up with some kind of like massive election fraud in Georgia and doesn't arrest somebody, 𝗙𝗪𝗓 is going to get fired, okay? Because I think they're expecting, like Trump is expecting them to conjure up some type of like, crazy, like I'm going to steal the election kind of shit. And I don't think anybody, I mean, let's be honest. I don't think there's anybody in Trump's administration who is smart enough to engineer an election theft, because all of these people are fucking idiots, dude. Every one of them. They're all idiots. They're just like super loyal. Like, fucking, I'll sit in a press conference and say, you're the king for an hour. But none of them are good at their job. None of them are like capable at all. They're all fucking, they're all like third stringers, dude. They are. Dude, there's not one first stringer. Like the closest thing to a first stringer in Trump's entire cabinet is like Marco Rubio. That's it. Other than Marco, everybody else on that team is like a third string player, dude. Every single one of them, dude. And some of them, like Jeanine Pirro, like, oh my God, dude. Dude, she's won like one fucking case, bro. Like, dude, She's like yelling at people and shit. Dude, they're all so bad. Oh my God, dude. They are all so terrible, bro. Right? Dude, they are all so bad. So I don't know, man. I just don't know. These people are living in a fucking insane asylum. Right? They are. So oh my God. Dude. There's the new acting AG. Always looking like he is in the middle of taking a shit, dude. Always. He always looks like he is taking a shit and there's no toilet paper, dude. He's just like, fuck. That's his permanent look, bro. Jesus. But look at this, though. Oh, my God. You ready? This, dude, I don't even know if this is true, but look at this. Now, this is another, like, I mean, at this point, we don't know what's true because everybody is like a feeding frenzy, right? But look at what this says. It says, according to multiple current Trump administration officials, with access to Pam Bondi, Deputy Attorney Todd Blanche, who was just named acting AG, has been the main roadblock holding up prosecutions of former Biden officials, state-level politicians, and Antifa terrorists. Okay, Blanche personally shut down the DOJ's weaponization task force and is responsible for sidelining Ed Martin. Blanche sees himself as a principled conservative, views investigations of Trump's enemies like Jack Smith as an abuse of power. He privately told staff he will not stoop to that level. Under Todd Blanche, the failure of the DOJ to investigate left-wing terrorists and former officials who prosecuted Trump will only get worse. So, but this guy is saying, according to Pam Bondi's people, okay, isn't that crazy? So there's a MAGA whatever, like online voice trying to sabotage Todd Blanche, and he literally just got the job. But guys, he's not the only one. Laura Loomer did the same thing. I don't know if you saw this, but look at what Laura Loomer did, dude, because Todd Blanche used to be a Democrat, but look at what Laura Loomer was saying today, okay? Right? She says right here, DOJ in crisis mode. The top two DOJ officials are now Democrats, thanks to a lack of vetting and protection of a radical leftist by Deputy AG Todd Blanche. Okay, right? And the DOJ is now in full-blown crisis. A crisis Laura Loomer says she predicted since Bindergate. Okay, and because Stanley Woodward, a radical left Democrat, became the Associate Attorney General. But she's going in on Blanche, okay? Multiple sources told me that the day Bondi was going to fire Woodward, Todd Blanche stepped in to protect him from being fired, okay? And so because Todd Blanche was a Democrat, Laura Loomer is like anti-Todd Blanche. So now, isn't that weird that like Blanche is Trump's personal attorney who got him, you know, through like whatever, stayed by his side through all the criminal trial. Bondi's out. Blanche is the acting AG, but now these Trump acolytes are like anti-Todd Blanche. So isn't that weird? Like, that's weird because Loomer is like so pro-Trump, but she's acting like Todd Blanche is part of some Democratic plot to set up Donald Trump. Like, they all think Trump is being like railroaded by people on his team, dude. Isn't that wild? Like, dude, they are so like, you know what it is? They are paranoid. Yes. They are all like seeing ghosts. You heard what 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀 said, where he's like, oh, we're seeing ghosts. Dude, they are all seeing ghosts. Like, they don't know who's on their side, who's against them. Wait, why isn't this happening? Dude, they are like flipping out, bro. They are flipping out. And you know, obviously, because Trump is like, has no loyalty and no plan and no allegiance and no sense of strategy, and he's just making shit up as he goes, he's probably creating an environment where they don't know who to trust because Trump keeps everybody in the dark. That's how he stays like the master of the chessboard, right? So they are like, I mean, all their shit is like failing. So they're blaming everyone. Like, it's you, right? It's like the Spider-Man fucking meme, dude. They're like, dude, I kind of enjoy this, boss. You know, like, I don't know. There's nothing like watching like pirates fighting over the pirate ship, right? Because they're all crooks. None of them are trustworthy. So they're all just going to destroy each other in an effort, like, because they think they don't know who they can trust, right? Dude, it's fucking beautiful, really. When you think about it, it's like, oh shit, we're going to watch a bunch of piranha and like the Trump admin is just a bone with a bunch of meat on it, dude. And it's going to, like, the water's going to start bubbling here in a minute. Oh, right? 120-day limit? Yeah, for what? For the acting AG nom? But dude, 120 days, I mean, that, you know, then they could nominate someone, the nomination could get kiboshed, and then can they renominate? Or maybe he just ignores the 120-day limit. Like, I don't know. Like, we don't know what's coming, guys. We honestly don't know. Like, I don't know. I just know that Trump wants to do illegal shit in the election, and I think he wants to make sure the FBI and the DOJ are going to go all in on whatever illegal shit they want to do in the election. Like, that's kind of what this feels like. I mean, because he thought the Texas gerrymander was going to be a shoo-in, and Virginia and California just fucked him, right? So did Utah and Indiana by not gerrymandering, okay? Right? I mean, he like, nobody wants to play his gerrymander game. I mean, I think at this point, even though Republicans won't stand up to him, I think they don't want to help him, really. Like, they're, right? Like, they literally want to just let him fry. They just don't want to be the ones responsible for frying him, dude. You know? He can remove Blanche as temp AG and appoint another temp, but what I wonder is, could he go back to Blanche? Or at some point, right? Could he, like, go to a different temp and then return to Blanche, make Blanche a temp again? Like, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do, right? But 4 months won't get us to the election. So who knows, man? I just don't know. I think it's funny, though, that, like, right now, everybody is like, you know, everybody is like sort of infighting. You know what I mean? Everybody is like
Stanley Woodward, who is a senior counselor to the president.
Dude, what the fuck is the big alligator mouth, dude? Dude, look at how weird this setup is, guys. She has a giant, like, alligator mouth just coming out of her fucking bookshelf, dude. Like, Jesus, these people are so, they're like so mentally unstable, dude. Oh my God.
Stanley Woodward, who is a senior counselor to the president in the White House, who he was also just recently nominated by President Trump to be the Associate Attorney General at the DOJ, which is the third most powerful position at the DOJ. Now, Stanley Woodward is married to a woman by the name of Kristen McGow. And I posted a tweet about this. 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀, the radical leftist wife of Stanley Woodward, President Trump's progressive Democrat nominee for Associate Attorney General at the DOJ, once testified in support of Black Lives Matter in 2023. And she took responsibility on video for the giant Black Lives Matter painting that was painted in front of the White House during the first Trump administration. You know that really big, giant Black Lives Matter sign that's on the street? And then Donald Trump's White House wanted it to be destroyed, right, when he was inaugurated a second time around. Well, the wife of the man who has been nominated to be the Associate Attorney General.
Dude, her upper lip never moves, dude. The entire time she talks, watch her when she talks. Oh, the entire time she talks, like nothing moves. Dude, her facial, it's like she had facial reconstructive surgery, right? Hello, I am like the mask. Dude, what the fuck, bro?
Both of them are progressive liberals. Okay, we're going to get into this too. But let's talk about the wife first, and then we'll get into her husband. In her testimony, Kristen argued in support of Black criminals locked up in D.C. and argued that their imprisonment was racist and reminiscent of Jim Crow laws. Her testimony was intended...
Dude, whatever. She's like, blah, blah, blah. She's like, there are leftists that are like controlling Trump, right? That's her thing, dude. With her and the alligator. Dude, what a specimen, though. Bro, it's so weird that these people, like, look at her face, dude. Holy shit, bro. Like, they're like only partially human, dude. You know what I mean? I don't think she's even a real human, bro. She is like an android fucking whatever. Stepford like mouth, you know, like, dude, I don't know what's going on, bro. It's like, it hurts my eyes looking at her. Jesus. But again, they are already, okay, they are already like on Todd Blanche's ass. So Bondi's out, Blanche is acting AG, and like half of MAGA is already like wants him gone. They believe he is part of a Democrat plot to sabotage Trump. Trump's personal lawyer, dude. Yeah, the paranoia is crazy, guys. Hold on, let's see the official announcement. I don't think Pam Bondi, she has not said anything today, has she? Right? And what did Blanche say? Blanche said, Pam Bondi led this department with strength and conviction. I'm grateful for her leadership and friendship. Thank you to President Trump for the trust, the opportunity to serve as acting AG. We will continue backing the blue, enforcing the law, and doing everything in our power to keep America safe. Okay? What did Trump say? Trump said, Pam Bondi is a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as my attorney general over the past year. Pam did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown in crime across our country, with murders plummeting to their lowest level since 1900. Dude, everything Trump says is just, oh, she cleaned my diaper better than anybody. We love Pam, and she will be transitioning to a much needed and important new job in the private sector to be announced at a date in the near future when we figure out what that new job is. Probably working with Kristi Noem and fucking Corey Lewandowski. She's going to be Lewandowski's fluffer, right? And our deputy AG and a very talented and respected legal mind, Todd Blanche, will step in to serve as acting AG. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Dude, what the hell, bro? Dude, he was the you're fired. Oh, shit. That's hilarious. I love, you know what's so funny? I love how Trump is such a spectacle of firing people, but then he writes this thing like, oh yeah, this person was so great. I love them so much. But like, you know that he fucking hates them. Dude, he hates them. He has never like peacefully let somebody go and remain, on good terms with them. Like, he holds resentments all the way back to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he remember that one fucking press conference where he just couldn't let go of, like, I can't even remember the comment. Somebody will make a comment to him and he just can't let it go. For years, dude, he'll talk about it. Dude, oh my God. Right? Like, bro. Dude, the Dow. Right? See, look at this, though. Look at MAGA. I mean, look at these idiots. These are the MAGA idiots, right? Pam Bondi was a disaster. We need leftists in jail and on death row awaiting their sentences for treason, bro. Dude, like, look at this, dude. Like, what the fuck, bro? Dude, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Right? We need leftists in jail and on death row awaiting their sentences for treason. For what? Like, with what evidence here? You know what I mean? Like, these people are, and that's how they actually feel, though, guys. They want us murdered. They do. They want us put on trial and publicly executed. Right? Dude, Cat Turd didn't believe it. Dude. Oh my God. Right? Look at that. They were saying that she isn't getting fired. Dude, Crowder, but they're all happy, dude. They all hate Pam Bondi. Right? But dude, Roe though? Roe was pretty direct, dude. Do you see this? Do you see with Ro Khanna? Because he was like, well, we don't care that Pam Bondi is no longer AG. Like, we're still going to bring her in on Epstein, right? Why do they hate her again? They hate her because she's not arresting people, okay? No, honestly, that's why MAGA hates her, because they wanted Fauci arrested. They wanted Letitia James arrested. They wanted Fani in Georgia arrested. They wanted Pritzker and Gavin Newsom. Like, they want, like, state level and government leaders actually arrested and put on trial. And they think there's some crazy evidence that, like, Barack Obama for Russiagate. Like, they want, and dude, that's never gonna happen. Right? That's never gonna happen. There's no evidence. Like, what are they going to do? They're going to eliminate the grand jury indictment system. They're going to like knock Obama out and plant a gun in his hand or some shit. Dude, I mean, they're just so stupid. Okay? They are. They think that because they're upset at something and they believe something in their fried out QAnon heads, that means you can just put handcuffs on them and parade them around. But guys, it's because I think the source of this is they still believe that Trump was just arrested because Joe Biden said, go arrest Trump, right? You know what I mean? But like, Trump actually broke laws and grand juries indicted him. And you know what I'm saying? But they refuse to believe that. They think Joe Biden just said, go arrest him. Okay? They think that Trump was just arrested with no evidence. And so they expect Trump's admin to do that same shit to all these leftist people because their brains are fried, dude. Dude, they are. Their brains, I mean, Theo Vaughn actually looks like maybe a high-level intelligent, being compared to these people. Dude, they're like, I mean, for this, guys, you ready? I'm not going to let Joe Rogan off the hook about, his bullshit and covering for Trump and the damage he did. But I will say this, guys. Joe Rogan knows that Trump lost the 2020 election. Joe Rogan knows. He knows it, okay? He does. Joe Rogan, and you could see he knew it in his 3-hour thing with Trump during the election when he questioned him about it. And he didn't press it, but Joe Rogan knows that Trump is lying, okay? But a bunch of MAGA, I think, believe Trump actually got that election stolen. And that's the difference. The people that believe Trump is railroaded, it was stolen, right? There are people that really, I think, believe that shit, and they want a bunch of arrests to happen, okay? But some of these guys, even the ones that voted for Trump or helped him get into office, they know he's fucking lying. And they know he's full of shit, you know? You know, and like, but like, dude, how brain dead do you have to be, guys, to be there, right? You know what I mean? Like, what the hell, dude? Well, watch this. This is an interesting clip.
What about Comer now suggesting that because she's not the Attorney General, that you don't need to continue to investigate what she has said and done?
Isn't that rich from a guy who chased down Hillary Clinton to be deposed? I mean, certainly Pam Bondi has far more to offer this investigation than Hillary Clinton ever did. I've been in touch with Nancy Mace. There are Republicans who are still going to want Pam Bondi to come in. She has a lot to answer for. Why did she cover up so many of the documents? Why are they redactions of the men who actually abused these girls? Why has there not been a single investigation that has come out of these files? Why is she not meeting with survivors who are telling you which people raped them or abused them and should be investigated? So she should absolutely come, and she's frankly freer to tell the truth.
See, because, guys, this is the big question, okay? And we've been talking about this all night. The $2 million question is, why was Pam Bondi fired? Was it Eric Swalwell and Trump thinks she leaked? Was it because, you know, she's not arresting people? That's what MAGA wants. But Ro Khanna here brings another possibility that they were going to subpoena her to the oversight committee. They wanted to talk to her about her handling of the Epstein case. So Trump fires her. She's no longer AG. Now Comer says, oh, we're not going to subpoena because she's not the attorney general anymore. But Roe's like, no, like, we don't care if she's the attorney general. We have other Republicans. Nancy Mace is on board. We're going to subpoena her anyway, right? So did she get fired to keep her out of the Epstein conversation? Like, I don't know, man. I mean, with Trump, I have no idea. Okay? I have no idea. I honestly don't. I don't exactly know why he fired her. Okay? Because she's, you know, she has whored herself in every possible way and looked like an idiot to protect him. Right? And he still threw her under the bus. And now he has Todd Blanche in there, and all of his loyalists don't like Todd Blanche. And so he seems to have made the situation even worse, at which I guess maybe with Trump and his dementia, his flailing, he doesn't fucking, right? He has no, like, maybe he just has no idea what he's doing, dude. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know. Like, you know, but yeah, it's gonna get interesting, right? To Riptide. Let's go. I mean, let me just tell you, her appearance in front of the Senate was a disaster, okay? The way she, like, avoided answering questions and started screaming about the Dow and, like, how dare you ask me these questions? Like, she did not do well. Like, both her and Kristi Noem failed miserably in front of the Senate. Like, they looked like they were lying and hiding shit. And Kristi Noem even, like, threw Trump under the bus. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on in Trump's mind. It's hard to tell because Trump he's not all there, guys. And you know what's wild though too is how we saw like Laura Loomer is paranoid and MAGA is paranoid and nobody knows who's telling the truth, and like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson have been sowing discord about Charlie Kirk, and everybody in MAGA is like pointing the fingers at everybody. It's possible that Trump is really paranoid too, guys. Like Trump may be in a situation where he knows everything is going off the rails, but he doesn't even know who he can trust, right? And so there's a strong possibility that Trump is in there wondering, like anybody could be gone, right? Like, who can he trust? Is Lutnick turning on him? Is Stephen Miller turning on him? Is Russell Vought? Was it Elon? Right? I mean, dude, because everybody sits in those meetings and says, yeah, we want to put you on Mount Rushmore. But like, dude, everything is leaking. No one's getting arrested. All the shit is coming out. Like he is probably in there going to bed every night wondering like who the fuck is selling me out, dude. Dude, I mean, it's kind of cool actually, right? Because I'm serious, guys. You ready for this? I want these fucking people to suffer, boss. I do. I want all of these Trump admin motherfuckers to suffer. Okay? I do. And like, I would love to see them all go to jail. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I'm telling you what, as somebody like, I was a druggie. I hung out with a lot of degenerates, guys. Drug dealers, fucking, I don't know, hustlers. When they turn on each other, they're wicked, okay? So if we never can put them in jail, having them all turn on each other and shred each other is about the best other possibility, because they are so wicked and they are so ruthless and cutthroat and merciless that if they can just pick each other apart and we can like watch it and then sweep in and take the power, that would be like a pretty good sort of like second prize. If we can't put them in jail, just watching them destroy each other could be wildly entertaining. I mean, it really is. When they get going, like it can be something. So I mean, I'll take it. If we can't put them in jail, I'll watch them just fucking pull each other limb from limb. Dude, I mean, why not? What else have we got to do for the next 3 years, right? Right? Oh, dude. Oh, man. I mean, it's kind of cool, guys. It really is, because I feel like in a weird way they're getting a little bit of justice. They are. They're having to like they're having to contend with their own degeneracy. It is imploding, dude. It is like, and what's so funny is I can't stop hearing like Harry Enton talk about 100% approval. And now, dude, there's like, you're watching a car go down the road and like wheels and hubcaps and bumpers are just flying off this vehicle. This thing is just, the windshield is shattering. And you're just like, oh, damn, dude, that thing is like, that is a dumpster fire, bro. Oh my God, dude. It is just all coming off the rails, and I'm here for it. I am here for it, guys. Oh, I am, dude. Dude, I am, boss, right?
The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records.
I'm sorry, are you one of Trump's economic advisors, right? Like, why is the Attorney General telling us about the performance of the Dow? Dude. Dude, like, she degraded herself. You know, I mean, think about this, guys. She degraded herself so bad. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a politician degrade herself more than Pam Bondi. Maybe 𝗙cie Patel, and he's might be the next guy to get fired. But, like, dude, it's painful. I mean, they kind of all do have a humiliation fetish, don't they? They're all Kristi Noem's husband. Every last one of them has big balloon tits and, like, pink hot pants. And Trump's like, you're dirty. Oh, you're dirty. You're not fit to change my diaper. Oh, nice titties, though. Dude. Ooh, can I touch your balloons? Oh. Dude.
Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking about, what does a Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan. Committee will be in order.
Dude, what does the Dow have to do with anything? Dude, the Dow has nothing to do with anything. Like, 93% of the stock market is owned by 10% of the people in this country. The Dow Jones is the most meaningless metric. All the Dow Jones means is that the wealthiest people in America are able to get tons of, like, low interest money. You know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, bro? Jesus, it's so stupid, dude. Like, unbelievable, bro. Oh shit! But they are eating each other.
Bondi too, but she didn't give 𝗙𝗏𝗏 a heads up on the Fang files, did she?
I would not believe that for a second. Absolutely, positively.
Dude, look at Todd Blanche. He's dressed like the Joker, guys. You see this? Like, he's wearing a purple suit and a green tie, like, or it's the lighting. He looks like the fucking Joker, dude.
Not. Okay. Pam Bondi too,
dude. Dude, what are we doing? This is the worst timeline, dude. Oh my God. Dude, look at this. They're saying Trump firmly behind 𝗙cie. Dude, Trump is firmly behind no one, boss. Oh my God, dude. What a fucking disaster. But guys, I will say this though. You ready? This is my last thing on Bondi, and then we're moving on. Okay? But so one of the things I do want to say about what I want to say, dude, what is going on here, dude? Clavicular passes out from chokehold. Miami pool party. Dude, what are these headlines, guys? Right? Kick streamer clavicular passes out from chokehold. Dude, if that's not a metaphor for, like, the Trump presidency. Dude, everything is like just a goon squad. Oh my God, dude. Going through it. It is like the worst reality TV show ever. But here's what I want to say. The last thing about Pam Bondi. You ready for this, guys? So Trump did not fire anyone, guys, for like a full year. It was like 13 months. Okay. That's a record. You know what I mean? I mean, it almost felt like Trump's administration, the stability of it, made it seem more threatening than it was, right? Then eventually they're murdering citizens, and it was literally ICE killing American citizens that like shattered this and made it go off the rails, okay? Like when ICE started murdering citizens and Noam is lying about it after we all watched the video. But now it is like going off the rails. But I think because no one was getting fired, it actually seemed like it was a more well-oiled machine than it was, right? That maybe there was this illusion that like, oh, the fascism is working. But now, guys, I think now it is just going to evaporate, dude. It's going to be like that clavicular kid at the party. There's going to be a chokehold, and people are just going to start passing out, dude. Left and right, bro. I think it's going to just fucking like, I think it's on now. I think now we are officially in the Trump presidency. And he is like more demented and less reliable than ever. And so I think it's now it's gonna be like 2020 COVID, like times 100 now, until the Dems take the House and maybe the Senate, and then like the real shit is gonna fucking show up, dude. Dude, the Epstein ballroom. Oh shit. Yes, Rach, I made a video about that. That's already up. We covered that last night. Pam Bondi lasted 38 Scaramucci's as AG. Dude, Pam Bondi, like, dude, everybody like made it a full year, guys. That's impressive. Nobody got fired for 1 full year. Okay? That is like wildly like impressive for a Donald Trump presidency, you know? But yeah, dude, it is, I think the like shit is about to get nuts. Okay? Shit is gonna get nuts because I mean Trump, his back is against the wall. Let me just tell you, this birthright citizenship that he's trying to eke out at the Supreme Court. I mean, he lost the Supreme Court on tariffs. He lost every dude, Abrego Garcia came back from CCOT and won all his court cases. Dude, Alina Habba got booted out of New Jersey. Like Trump has lost. He has got his ass handed to him, dude. Utah and Indiana said, fuck you, we're not redistricting. Dude, California and Virginia are going to redistrict and make Texas look like an idiot. Dude, Mar-a-Lago is now represented by a Democratic state rep. I mean, dude, like the wheels are off the bus. Dude, he has lost in every facet. When the Supreme Court, if they refuse to overturn birthright citizenship, I think Trump is going to like fall apart, dude. I think he's going to fall apart. I mean, you heard him with SCOTUS when he was talking about Amy Coney Barrett. He's like, the Democrats all stick together. Dude, like, we don't. We, like, you install justices. They vote against you. Dude, I mean, he thought the Supreme Court was just going to rubber stamp his shit. And unfortunately, even some of those people are concerned about the law, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? But, oh shit, dude. Oh, Mike Waltz. Yeah, but Waltz was like, I don't even count him as anything, dude. What was he? What was his job even? I want to see this clavicular thing, dude. Dude, what the fuck, bro? Here we go. Dude, what are we doing, dude? Passed out and started convulsing. Dude, He got put out cold by Cuban Tarzan. Dude, there's a guy named Cuban Tarzan. Like, what are we doing, dude? Like, what are these people, bro? Dude! Like, I mean, what are we doing? You know? Dude. Oh my God. This is so dumb. All right. I have to admit something though, guys. Okay? So, dude, this is problematic because I had not thought about this in a while. But when I was a senior in high school, okay, this is 1987, we used to do this shit, guys, where we would you would lean against a wall and somebody would come up and push on your chest. Remember? You would push on your chest until you lost consciousness and then you would fall over, dude. We used to do that shit all the time, bro. Yeah. Dude, we did that all the fucking time. Occasionally somebody would hit their head on a coffee table or some shit. Dude, oh. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, oh shit. Dude, maybe these guys are just doing the same shit. Yeah, you would do the neck or the chest, but the pushing on the neck was one way to do it. You would just go up and go. Oh, shit. Dude, maybe, I had forgotten about that. And so now I'm looking at these douche nozzles and I'm like, oh my God, they're literally just doing the same shit we were doing, but they're doing it on social media. We were doing that shit and nobody knew but us and our friends. And they're doing it and the whole world is watching it. So in a way, they're doing the same shit. They're just bolder than we were, right? Oh, fuck, boss. That's funny, dude. That is funny. Dude, I'm it's weird because I want to hate this kid. And yet I'm oh shit, dude, that was me when I was 19, bro, 18. I'm I'm looking at it and I'm oh my God, I was that stupid. So maybe there's hope for these guys, right? Maybe there's hope for some of these guys because I was that dumb, guys. I was that fucking stupid, And so maybe some of these guys are actually going to come around, I mean, and what's funny about it is we weren't even doing it for notoriety. We were doing it for nothing. We were profiting nothing. These guys are making money off of this shit and are getting famous and clouded off of it. Dude, we were doing this shit for no benefit whatsoever other than just being a fucking moron, bro. Bro, right? It wasn't until the jackass guys came along and started profiting off of it. Dude, I think some of these guys are actually going to get their senses. I think they're going to make some really bad mistakes in their 20s and they're going to fuck up and they're going to vote for stupid people and some of them are going to wake up and snap out of it. Certainly some of the idiots that are watching them will. But holy shit, dude. Dude, Myron Gaines though, that guy's a jackass. Fuck that guy, dude. Some of these guys I've seen be total racist pieces of shit. And you know what I'm saying? Dude, we did it all for free, bro. I was literally doing this shit for free, boss. And I mean, I was doing other stupid shit too. Like we used to, you know, we made each other pass out. Yes. And we did it like a lot. Okay. We used to do that a lot. And then the other shit we used to do that was like super dangerous is we used to take 2-liter bottles and we would put water in there and we would pack them with dry ice, which then creates all this CO2 gas. And we would screw the cap on with fucking screwdrivers, with pliers, and the shit would expand till it was like this wide, which like those things blow up, okay? And then I would like pick them up and throw them off the balcony, and when it would land, it would make an explosion that sounded like a bomb went off. And that 2-liter bottle would be like, you wouldn't find a single piece of it. It would just be vaporized. But like, I was the guy who would pick it up and throw it. And I mean, if that thing blew up in my hand, like I would have been decapitated. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to do the stupidest shit, bro. It was so dumb. And I was, you know, riding around LA on a motorcycle, like jumping off shit on a dirt bike, dude. I mean, it was really senseless stuff, dude. Like, Jesus. Maybe these guys aren't even that bad. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. Dude, don't you wish you had YouTube then? I mean, I will say, I don't know. I don't know what it would have been like. But if we had YouTube back then, I probably would have been a YouTube star when I was like 18. Because I would have had a GoPro on my helmet, and like the shit I used to do on my motorcycle would have, like, I would have definitely been like, probably booted off every social media but Rumble. I mean, I was not smart, dude. I was not sensible. Okay? Yeah, it was fucking dumb, bro. Do not do the 2-liter shit, guys. That shit is so dangerous. Like, so dangerous. Oh my God. But this feels like a metaphor though for the Trump presidency. Okay? We are, guys, the wheels are coming off the vehicle, okay? Let's just put it to you that way, all right? The wheels are coming off the vehicle, and just in time for Easter, and we are like, shit is going down, boss, all right? Dude, the rats are fleeing. There was some good shit with Erika Kirk. Dude, we got to look at some of this, dude. You got to see some of these before I go make videos, dude. This is some of the greatest shit, guys. Okay? The quotes from Karoline Leavitt. All right? There was like a TPUSA event in Washington. Okay? And Karoline Leavitt, who, if you look, she's got the Loomer mouth too. Okay? Right? You see that? She's got the Loomer fucking, the lip that doesn't move, the perma lip. Yeah, I know she's pregnant, but she's also got the Botox shit. But so, dude, some of these quotes, she's talking with Erika Kirk at this TPUSA event. All right, and you got to hear some of this shit. Yeah, here we go. You ready? Watch this. Oh my God.
So my advice would be to encourage everyone in this room to try to be the most well-read person in every room that you're in. That was a piece of advice one of my predecessors, Dana Perino, gave to me before I took this job. She said, you always want to be the most well-read person in the room. And I try to be every day. But Donald Trump always is. That man does not miss a story, let me tell you. He's always reading the papers and watching the TV. He doesn't miss anything anyone says in the whole world. I don't know how he does it and consumes it all. And it's a lot. And, you know, you guys are busy, right? You're students. You're working. You're in school. You want to have fun. You want to live lives. You can't consume every piece of news, but before you get really hot and bothered about something, or maybe angry, or even really encouraged by something, check other sources and then use your best judgment to sort of balance what the truth is. And unfortunately, that's just the way it has to be done.
Dude, like looking on Twitter or watching Fox News and seeing who mentions your name is not being well read. Okay? You notice like the quote is like, be the most well-read person in the room. That means like being prepared and being knowledgeable about everything you're doing. It doesn't mean like you get on Twitter and you search your name and you come in with a bunch of like recriminations and beef ready at everybody who said something about you. Like, dude, what are they doing, bro? Dude, Trump literally just watches like certain entertainers and then creates a grief list. Dude, and she's calling it well-read. Oh, we got to look at some of these, though. Some of this shit is just gold. Dude, look at that. Donald Trump is the most well-read person in the room. Who else is in that room? 2 rocks, a jelly donut, and Leavitt? Right? Oh, look at that picture. Oh, my God, that picture is amazing, dude. That picture, what a great picture of Bondi going bye-bye. Love it. Oh, my God. Dude, there were some other quotes here from Bondi. Okay? Yeah, look at this shit. Oh, this one's good, too.
So share with us how you met Charlie. I love hearing these stories of how people, their favorite memory or how they met him or what they carry with them of Charlie.
Yeah. So I was first introduced to Charlie, as you know, during my congressional campaign in 2022. I ran for Congress up in New Hampshire, which is my home state. We have some Granite Staters. Hi, guys.
By the way, she ran up, she has like hundreds of thousands of dollars of campaign contributions that she's supposed to refund. And she never has, dude. Her fucking congressional campaign is still like a quagmire of like money that has not been returned, dude.
The first in the nation primary state, that's how I was introduced to politics. I came to DC, I worked in President Trump's White House in the first term, started as an intern, and then unfortunately, Joe Biden was installed as president of the United States. So I had to choose a different job. And I went over to Capitol Hill, and I was a communications director for former Congresswoman, soon to be former 𝗙𝗟ce𝗶𝗍𝗀.
Dude, Joe Biden was installed. Yeah, by the voters. He was installed by 81 million people who were sick of Trump shit. Oh my God, dude. Like, what the fuck, bro? Right? Dude. So crazy, dude. Oh. Dude, what a crazy day. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is wild. Look at this. This is wild, guys. We need to watch this. So this is about the SAVE Act, okay? Because I saw some right-wingers today like putting like short clips of this exchange about the SAVE Act, okay, which is, you know, their whole thing. I mean, we know this is bullshit, okay? They literally just won the House, the Senate, the presidency. They've won 2 out of the 3 presidencies in the last 10 years. They've only not held 1 House of Congress once in the last 12 years, okay? 1 time they didn't hold at least 1 House. They've had both houses twice, 2 out of 3 presidencies. And yet they insist, oh, cheating is rampant in elections. It's like, well, if it is, that means they're the ones cheating. But anyway, the SAVE Act is not about like stopping cheating. It's about trying to give election data to the federal government and allowing the federal government to purge the voter rolls. Okay, and to make it very difficult to get back on the rolls once you've been purged. That's the ruse. They purge every month. The federal government gets a say in it. And once you're off it's hard as fuck to get back on because you have to do an in-person appointment. They can keep shuttling you around. They can cancel your appointments. They could say the documents aren't legitimate, blah, 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 blah. So the whole thing is designed to get people off the rolls and then make it real hard to get back on. All right? But anyway, somebody asks a question here about, like, you know, voter fraud isn't really common. And they're like, oh, but, you know, if it happens once, don't you want to do something about it? But here's the deal, guys. There have been, like, in the last, like, 40 years, they found like 70 instances of individual voter fraud. There's like none that they have found. And you don't want to make it complicated where millions of people could lose their voting rights accidentally just to prevent one person from illegally voting. Okay? If there were like millions of illegal votes, then yeah, we should really clamp down. But this is another one of those like transgender sports things where there's 10 transgender athletes and they're trying to, like, you know, end transgender existence. And because it's bullshit, because it's not about protecting from the individual thing. It is about exercising their agenda and control over the process. Okay, and yeah, they want to get rid of mail-in voting so they can close down precincts, make it really hard to vote. But yeah, watch this exchange, though.
I can't see. One more? You want to take one more?
Yeah,
okay,
let's
we'll
do
take
it.
one more. Sorry.
Please.
We're just really running over, so that's the only right. Go ahead.
My name is Ryan Caldwell. I go to TW. My question is about the Save America Act.
Yes. I'm glad you're calling it. It is the Save America Act. So we say that.
Act that requires various forms of ID and proofs of citizenship in order to prevent voter fraud. However, voter fraud is incredibly rare. According to the Heritage Foundation, which is a conservative database, by the way, there have only been a few hundred cases of voter fraud since 1982 out of hundreds of millions of votes. Additionally, according to the Brennan Institute of Justice, there are 21.8 million Americans who do not have easy access to proofs of citizenship. So my question to you is it worth it to risk millions of Americans from voting in order to prevent a few hundred cases of voter fraud?
First of all, thank you for the question.
It's legit. Dude, listen to all the people cheering for the question, though, guys. This is a TPUSA event. And you hear, look at Erika's face, dude. Look at her face. Did you hear how loud that crowd was at the TPUSA event for that question? I mean, they're in hostile territory at their own fucking event, guys. I think that is so legit right there, but look at her face, dude. She's like, dude, they are like not happy, okay? Listen to that crowd again.
In order to prevent a few hundred cases of voter fraud.
First of all, thank you for the question.
That's loud. Loud.
No need to boo. It's an honest question. I'm happy to give you an honest answer. First of all, I have not seen the data you provided, so I'd like to go check it myself and make sure that it's actually accurate in the way that you're citing it. And there is certainly much more, I believe, voter fraud in this country, and I'm sure the statistics back it up, than what you cited.
They don't.
With one survey. And why are you okay with any voter fraud in the United States of America?
Dude, yeah, you see that? Why are you okay with voter fraud? He didn't say he was okay with voter fraud. You fucking dumbass. You disingenuous gaslighting prick. Okay? What he said was, why are you okay with potentially disenfranchising tens of millions of people when there's no statistical, like, evidence of dangerous and compromising voter fraud? Because, yeah, none of us want voter fraud. But if there's 100 cases of voter fraud, we don't want to disenfranchise 20 million people to prevent 100 cases, okay? If there were 10 million cases, then yeah, that could fucking throw a whole election. Now we'd want to be much more stringent. But are you going to risk 20 million people losing their right to vote because of like 5 cases of voter fraud? Like, if you're willing to do that, then you're actually not concerned about people having their right to vote, because protecting our right to vote is more important than rooting out 5 fraudsters. Okay? There's a balance. Okay? Like when the fraud becomes more dominant than the voting right, then yeah, we got to fucking do something about the fucking fraud, right? You know, like, but what a fucking scoundrelly, like, gaslighting, like, response.
We are the greatest country on the face of the earth, and we should have the safest and most secure elections of any country on earth. And it is transparent. And transparent.
But they literally, guys, they literally just won all branches of government. So is it not safe? Like what are they saying? Did they cheat? Because if they didn't cheat, like, the elections are safe, right? Because they just won everything. So why, after you win, are you passing laws because there's rampant cheating? That doesn't make any sense, right? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense.
And it is absolutely absurd that voter ID is not the land of the law in this country already. And 89%
the land of the law.
80 to 90%, based on which poll you look at, of Americans in this country support bringing a piece of identification to the polls when you cast a ballot in an American.
Again, though, the Save America Act is not a voter ID law. Nobody has a problem with voter ID law as long as we can get people their IDs. But the Save America Act is not voter ID. It is trying to disobey the Constitution and require voter data to go to the government, and then require monthly voter purges that then make it nearly impossible for you to get back on. Or you can only get back on once you've been purged, like, by the graces of the party in power, you know? And so, dude.
Save America Act is asking people to do, to prove you're a citizen and to bring an ID to the polls.
Untrue.
To vote in elections
She's
in the greatest
lying.
country in the history of the planet. And this idea that the Save America Act would disenfranchise anyone is frankly insulting, that Americans aren't smart enough to get the proper identification to go vote and show up to the...
It's not about being smart enough to get a proper identification. It's about the monthly purges. And then once you get it, you have to jump through hoops, in-person meeting. You have to have certain required documents. A lot of people, it's not about being smart enough to get the documents. It's about, like, if the rural hospital is closed, if your name doesn't match. I mean, there are all sorts of, like, you know, fungible little areas, okay? The same way, the same shit that they did with Medicare. Okay, the work requirements are simply a way of saying, oh, you don't meet the requirements. I'm sorry. We can't give you fucking Medicare. It's not like people can't meet work requirements. When you institute certain type of work requirements, okay, then there's a possibility that they can refuse you. Okay, they can say, oh, this document doesn't work. And you don't have a fucking any recourse, you know? You can hear the crowd, though. They're, like, fighting. Like, the MAGA people are fighting the other people. Dude, yo, I'm sorry, but you're just cutting and pasting shit. Like, sorry, boss. We're not here to fucking watch you spam the same message 50 times later. Yeah, smell ya.
By saying we absolutely should pass the Save America Act. It's a common sense piece of legislation, and Democrats would be wise to get on board with this because the only people in the world, except for maybe the gentleman who asked the question, seem to be politicians in this city who don't want voter ID and proof of citizenship in American elections. So I think everybody on Capitol Hill should pass that piece of legislation.
Yeah, dude, that thing's not going to pass. Okay? Dude, that thing has no chance of passing. You know what I'm saying? That it has no chance of passing. But dude, I wish that kid got a rebuttal. Dude, I wish that person got a rebuttal because it would have been juicy. You know it would have been juicy, boss. Oh shit. All right. Dude, I'm gonna go make some videos, boss. Dude, look at this. Bro. Oh shit. Dude. Normally before the war, 100 daily tankers going through the Strait of Hormuz. Today there were 4, bro. Oh, that is rough, dude. That is like rough. Can I just show you though? Let me show you one more thing that I thought was interesting. Let me see if I can find the tweet. Because this was bad, boss. There was like, somebody had a chart of the oil interruptions. Like, there was like a tweet that had a chart of impacts, right? Because everyone's like saying, oh, if the war ends quick, everything's going to get back to normal. And like, oh, let me see if I saved this tweet. I may have bookmarked it, but no, I guess I didn't. Jesus. Dude, I fucked up. There was a tweet that I wanted to show that had a bar chart, okay, that showed like previous oil disruptions and like it was startling, okay? It was startling, guys, because what it was it showed how if you looked at previous times the oil supply had been disrupted, there were bars that were like, you know, yay high, right? Like, and they, you know, had some pretty significant impacts. And the one from this war was like 5x as big as the previous ones. And like, we haven't felt the impacts of this. A lot of the world has, like India and Pakistan have, and LNG, yes. Some areas have felt that, but like, we've been pretty insulated that we're not going to feel what's happening now for, I don't know, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. And yeah, the fertilizer, it's going to be the ancillary, not just gas, right? It was supply shocks. Exactly. And it's going to be like petroleum is in so much other shit. You know what I'm saying? That there is going to be an aftershock that is going to come like way later. That's going to be like unbelievably impactful, you know, and it's going to linger for some time. Maybe that is supply shock might be the word they used. Yeah. The largest ever supply shock. Okay. So for crude, I think maybe I'll find the tweet It was like a bar chart. But when you see it, it's like, oh, fuck, bro. You know, you realize like, oh, shit, we're going to be in some deep shit, okay? I want to see that fucking bar chart, right? It was like when you look at it, you're like, oh, fuck. Dude, yeah, it was kind of like this. Okay, yeah, here's one. Yeah, no, this is essentially it. This is not exactly the one that I saw, but this is essentially it. But, right? But the red bar is the peak hit to supply. Okay, this is the hit. The red bar is how badly the supply got disrupted. And you go back to 73 and the oil embargo, and this is what caused, like, eventually it caused, like, people. I remember when I was a kid, you had to get in line to get gas, okay? There was, like, you had to wait in line sometimes for, like, 3 hours to even get gas because of the oil embargo, okay? Then you had the Iran-Iraq war, okay, which was another big shock. Then you had the invasion of Kuwait, the second Gulf War, the Libyan Civil War. This was what sort of impacted here when Russia invaded Ukraine, right? And then, but look at the red line from now, the hit to the supply, okay? Which means everybody's like using reserves and whatever. They're upping their own production in order to meet this. But eventually, this bar and the shock from this bar is gonna crash in. Like that wave's gonna hit the shore eventually. And when it hits, it's gonna be like, there's gonna be an impact, guys. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I mean, it could be like, you know, like common household items, plastic bags, you know, like, you know, residual shit, petroleum-based products that are like, don't get made for a while or some shit. It might not even just be like gas. It could be like day-to-day items. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because there's so much petroleum in packaging and cosmetic products. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know. Like, we may not even be comprehending or thinking about like what is involved, but literally everything, if you look around, everything in your like eyesight has petroleum in it. Like, so whatever of those made objects have been like not backing up their supply, there could be some ginormous shortage of some everyday used item that we can't foresee. But like, just know this, there's going to be a shock. Like there's going to be some type of like backlash. And we don't know what it is. That's kind of the part. Like, oh, I mean, we're going to find out, dude. I mean, we're going to find out. There's no escaping it now. But, right? Dude, let's go. This is bullshit. I mean, it is, dude. It's thanks to fucking Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, dude. Right? So, you know, there we go. Let's see what the Brent crude price is right now. 109. So, I mean, it dropped a little bit today. It went down to 106, but it's back up. Dude, and yesterday it was like 107. Okay, today it's 109. Dude. Incompetence. Dude, we can start a bus podcast. Dude, I mean, I feel bad because I am like really insulated, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a hybrid. I work from home. Jenny works from home. I can walk to everything. I can walk to grocery stores. I can walk to hardware stores. Like, I live in a very urban, walkable environment, and, I hardly ever drive. Like, I am, like, so insulated. But, like, man, people living in the suburbs, people living in the rural areas are, like, they're, like, driving trucks. They're going to get fucked, bro. Like, there are some people that are about to get fucked. Farmers, the fertilizer, they are about to get fucked. And they already got fucked last year, guys. They did. They got screwed, like 50% increase in farm bankruptcies. And like one last thing, guys, I just want to say how capitalism right now is screwing us. Because look at this. Okay, I'm going to show you a tweet. This is just my own personal thing. But let me just show you this tweet from this morning. Okay, but look at this shit. Okay, you ready? So I got an email from Adobe. Okay, I pay for my editing suite. I pay, I don't know, $570 a year. Okay, so basically just about $50 a month. Okay, for my editing programs, Photoshop and shit. And I pay that every year, okay? I got an email this morning that said the Adobe thing I've been paying for years is now going up to almost $800. It is a 50% increase, okay? From $570 to $780, okay? But you ready for this? Adobe last year, record profits, Adobe. They had $21 billion in gross profit in 2025. That was a company record. And in the fourth quarter of 2025 was the highest revenue they've ever had in the history of the company. And they're jacking our price 50% after record profits. Isn't that insane? That's where we're at with capitalism, guys. The greed is like mind-blowing, okay? Mind-blowing. Like, you guys have record fucking profits, and in response to that, you're like, yeah, let's fucking soak all the customers at a time when jobs are disappearing, like times are tough, everything's going up, and this is cloud software, dude. Like, give me a fucking break, bro. They're not even creating a hardcore, they're not even creating a fucking tangible product. You know what I'm saying? Like, AI is probably doing much of the coding, you know? We're just getting fucking gouged, boss. I feel like there's a hand going right up my fucking rectum, bro. Let me see if Adobe's had layoffs. Okay, you ready? So they have not done widespread layoffs, okay? They have not laid off workers yet, all right? So that I'll give them. They're not like Oracle. Donation, bro. Riptide, let's go, baby. Appreciate you, boss. Thank you. But yeah, dude, this shit is crazy. This shit is nuts, guys. You know what I'm saying? It is like, and it's not just Adobe. They're all doing this shit, guys. They're all doing this. Like, everybody is kind of jacking us, okay? Like, there's going to come a time where your Netflix is like $100 a month, guys. You know? Dude! Dude. Right? It's fucked up. And it's hard, right? It's hard because, guys, you ready for this? I've been using Adobe products for 25 years, 30 years. So, like, dude, like Photoshop is an integral part of my workflow. Premiere, I do that shit in my sleep. I am so ingrained in it. It's so in my workflow where it's like, to save a couple $100 a year, is it worth me starting over, relearning, and having to create a new workflow? No, for me, it's not. I've been using this shit for 30 years. This shit is like, I can eyes close this. So like I'm like not financially completely hurting. So they have me, right? And they have a lot of us. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up, dude. They like, I don't know, dude. They are like taking advantage of us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And yeah, it is a tax write-off. And you know what I'm saying? So I'm not hurting, but man, if you're like a young guy on the come up, a young woman on the come up that's like starting to do this and you're like starting out, you know what I'm saying? Because like for me, I'm not starting over with a new workflow. I have a system that is well honed that I've been doing for decades. So, right. So I'm not starting over and learning something new to save a couple $100 that I'm writing off from my company anyway. I'm just going to continue plowing ahead. But like, it's like the little guy that's getting hosed here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like the little guy that's getting fucking jacked. You know, the startup that is getting like completely hounded out of this shit, you know? And that's what's fucked up, man. They're taking advantage of us. And like the new upstarts, you know, the generation of kids graduating from college that aren't born into wealthy families, it's getting harder and harder for them to get started, man. It's like all the ladders are getting pulled up and nobody is protecting this shit. And like, dude, I'm like AI companies are doing this. You buy a year subscription and then they change the terms a minute later and you've paid for a year. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, we're sorry. What you just paid a year for, you don't get that for that money anymore. Now you have to pay 3 times the charge. Dude, have more babies? Dude, I'm going to have more babies and I'm going to give them all guillotines, boss. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a bunch of babies and we're going to show them how to work a guillotine. Every baby's going to learn how to fucking... Dude, I'm serious. At this point, like the French Revolution feels like the moderate position, guys. Honestly, that's what I said, dude, in my tweet, right? I said, these corporations are ghouls. It's getting out of control. But like, dude, at this point, dude, it really does feel like like armed resistance is the moderate position, bro. Dude, you want to see something great? You ready? All right, here's the final thing before the dance party. Dude, the rapture. Okay, guys, I don't know if you know, but the rapture showed up, guys. But unfortunately, Jesus came back today. He tried to rapture, but it just didn't quite work out, okay? It didn't quite work out, guys. And that's why MAGA's still here. You ready? This is hilarious, dude. Captured today, dude. Jesus rapturing. Oh, dude, look. There he goes. Jesus is here. Oh, wait. Jesus. Where are you going, Jesus? Oh, dude, the rapture. Dude, it's the Trump rapture, bro. Face plant. Dude, the Trump rapture is face planting. Isn't that amazing? Oh my God, dude. I don't know what they were doing, dude. Dude, it's like a perfect backflip onto the building. Isn't that amazing? Dude, oh shit, bro. Oh my God, that is amazing, dude. Dude, the fucking... Dude, it's so good. Paula. Dude. Oh, shit. Dude, that's what you get when you buy the $9.99 Rapture, bro. Dude, I know. Dude, it's so crazy, but what a perfect fucking faceplant. Onto the building. I don't know what these people were doing. Dude, Luke from WoW, let's go, baby. Wait for dance party donation, but regardless, dude, we appreciate it, Luke. Thank you, boss. And we're doing the dance party right now, guys. We're getting it. All right, undeterred, dude. Oh, man, isn't that funny? Dude, but yeah, somebody could have crashed, dude. That shit is like, I mean, these people like lost control of their fucking Jesus blow up or some shit, but like, that seems dangerous. But what a faceplant, dude. Oh my God, dude. That is just one of the funniest things I've seen, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, it's amazing. All right, you guys ready? You ready to dance, baby? I'm ready to dance, boss. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to cut a fucking rug, bro. I'm serious, dude. Take out all that aggression. Jesus will not obey. Right? Oh, shit. We love you too, boss. Let's go. Oh. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, dude, Jesus is so woke. Isn't that crazy? That like if Jesus did come back, all of MAGA would hate him, bro. Honestly, he would be a woke brown-skinned Palestinian, bro. He would be like their like worst nightmare. Dude, they would absolutely abhor the guy. He'd be poor, he'd be woke, he'd be, you know, a brown-skinned Middle Eastern person. They would literally fucking, like, hate him so much. There. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. They're so clueless. All right. All right, you guys ready? Dude, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah. Dude, let's go, dude. Luke, let's go, baby. Got your graduation application in. Let's go. All right, here we go. It's time to get jiggy with a little bit of deja vu. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Got a lot of choices. I got a lot of ways that I can go. I hear a lot of voices. They have a lot to say, but I don't know. Been here before. Yeah, I do a
that I have now, almost a bit holy, notion that I will make it out somehow.
Oh shit, bro! Wow! Reputation away. You need me. Well, I need me too. Alright, guys! Dude, thank you for everything. Thank you for keeping me sane through this fucking train wreck of nonsense. I will see you tomorrow. Stay radiant, baby. Good night. Hey, I just want to change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about you. I would never